Hello and welcome to your own channel. Let's talk business once again. In the last video presentation, I have covered the DA business complete ecosystem. Delegated Authority business makes nearly 40% of the Lloyd premium and is transacted by more than 4,000 registered cover holders and more than 350 service companies across the globe. In this short video presentation, I will cover the Delegated Data Manager, which as I said is acting as a heart of the DA business ecosystem. Additionally, the Future at Lloyd Blueprint 2 is also launched on 5th. It is very exciting to see how Lloyds is refocusing their vision to make Lloyds as the most advanced technology-driven marketplace in the world. And of course, I will cover it very soon. So as always, there is a lot to know and a lot to discuss. So without waiting more, let's start talking business. So for those who are new to this channel, I am Ravi Shankar. I'm having more than 16 years of experience in business analysis, largely associated with P&C and general insurance domain. If you have any queries related to this video presentation or my previous video presentation, do reach me at ravi.s.sharma@hotmail.com, or you can also connect me on my LinkedIn and Twitter handler. So once again, thanks a lot for all your suggestions, comment and appreciation. I really love them all. Thank you. We have already covered the DA business ecosystem in last video presentation. As I said just now, in this short video presentation, we will cover DDM or Delegated Data Manager. Once fully developed, DDM will act as a single source of premium risk and claim data. Broker and underwriter can rely on this data for internal and external reporting purpose. So this is going to solve some of the very key challenges in the DA business. But before getting into DDM, let me give you some background about it, and then probably we can see how DDM is going to solve some of the challenges in the DA business. Well, the Delegated Data Manager was formerly known as DA Sets. DA Sets went live for Lloyd's Delegated Authority business in 2018 under the TOM modernization program, and was mandated to used for Lloyd's Brussels business incepting from 2019 year of account onward. DASET stand for Delegated Authority Summation, Access and Transformation Solution, which is a central boardroom management solution for London market. The central idea behind the DASET is to make the business simpler by providing a single set of market approved delegated data and to reduce the need of the duplication of data entries. Now, duplication of data entries is a real pain point when it comes to the DA business, and we will see how the DDM is going to solve this problem. But before that, the DDM is powered by Tide, an application developed by Charles Tyler InsurTech. Again, the main purpose of DDM is to establish the centralized data for the market participant, to eliminate the duplication and reduction in the work effort, to make the data more standardized, to provide complete information for better or informed decision making, and finally to provide data for better analytics and management information. We will see all this in next slide, but before that, let's talk about some of the key challenges in the DA business. Even though the DA business contribute 40% of the Lloyd's business and transacted by over 4,000 registered cover holder and 350 service companies across the globe, some of the areas are still a major concern in the DA business. As you can see here, when it comes to the real business transaction between various parties or stakeholders involved in the DA business, like cover holders, TPAs, managing agents and brokers, there are many documents and many formats and many challenges through which the data flows. This is making it very difficult to achieve the operational and claim efficiencies and quality. So this leads to some of the critical pain points over here, and the first one is inconsistent summation, which is basically the data summations are difficult to track, which in turns make it harder to manage the DA business and claim. The second important pain point is around the data quality issues. The data quality issues due to incomplete and non-standardized data, which is again the major impediment in the DA business efficiencies. Now, due to the current ongoing process inefficiencies in the DA business, the repeated data entry, data processing, and managing multiple different data requests forces a lot of duplication of the work. This will make the entire process very slow and very inefficient. And due to a lot of duplication of the work, are significant manual efforts is required to control it. Additionally, lack of automation in the DA business leads to expensive operation teams and outsourcing contract. Now, due to inconsistent data quality issues, and a lot of manual work involved here, getting the single version of the truth is really challenging. And because you are not able to achieve the single version of truth efficiently, it is very difficult to report the facts to the regulators, and which is a very risky area. Now, see the same problem from the different angle, the way the data being treated between the managing agent and the broker systems and the various market systems like bar, DSAT, atlas, etc. If you observe carefully, the system processes which are supporting the DA business is so very complex and full of redundancies. The managing agent has to enter the DA contract first into the bar system, then separately into the atlas system, and finally the board row to be managed within the DSAT. And these parallel processes are very inefficient, which leads to a lot of confusion and frustration. Now, if you also observe carefully that the system like DSATs, bar, atlas, AIMS, and other market systems like account and settlement and reporting are not fully integrated, which means that a lot of duplicate work need to be done in order to manage the data across this system. And all this leads to poor data quality, manual effort, delays in the process, and the poor visibility of the data. Now, we will talk about other system in detail later in this series, but let's focus about the Delegated Data Manager and why I call this as a heart of the DA business ecosystem. Now, the Delegated Data Manager, or previously known as the DSAT, is a central boardroom processing platform that went live in 2018 under the Tom Modernization Program. As I said earlier, it was developed in partnership with a market participant to standardize the collection, validation of Delegated Authority data across the market, enabling the efficient global business transaction. Enabling the efficient global business transaction is a key here, because this will allow the participant to actually see the data themselves and to report the data to the regulators. Very important. The core intention behind the Delegated Data Manager is to address some of the major challenges by establishing the consistent process across the market participant, simplifying and standardizing the data cleansing activities, elimination of the duplication and redundant work, facilitate efficient regulatory reporting, provide complete and consistent information for more informed decision making, reduce cost to the market through automation. As I said earlier, Deloitte is using Charles Tyler InsurTech Tide platform to achieve all this. But how DDM is going to achieve all these things? Let's see in the next slide. Now, this looks better as compared to the previous process where there are many redundancies existed. Here, if you can observe carefully, all the market systems are connected to the Delegated Data Manager, and Delegated Data Manager provide the standardized data to all downstream application. If you can see over here, the DDM or DASATs is acting as a heart of the entire ecosystem, which is providing data to the managing agent, brokers, other contract binder system, delegated contract manager, delegated oversight manager. In Blueprint 2, they start calling this as a delegate contract and oversight manager. Delegate Contract and Oversight Manager, DCOM. We'll talk about it later. And then the DSAT also provide the data to the account and settlements downstream system and the regulatory reporting system. Now, when you achieve all this integration, you'll be having an excellent customer experience, inconsistent data across the system, fewer delays, and more efficient process by adopting more automation. The entire ecosystem is heavily dependent on the APIs. The API stand for Application Programming Interface, and this is the way the business system is transacted with each other in a standard format and standard language. Lloyds is heavily working on the APIs across the Delegated Authority business, so the DDM will send highly validated and defined data so that everyone within the DA business ecosystem will be speaking exactly the same language when it comes to the DA business data. In long term, this will lead to the eventual replacement of the Bordeaux based submissions. As a heart of the DA business ecosystem, the DDM will automate data validation to reduce the duplication of the work. It will highly integrate with the market system to achieve better process efficiencies and reduce the overhead for the board row processing. With the help of refined data coming out from the DDM, getting the granular level of data for better market insight is possible. Additionally, the better data means removal of duplicate keying of the data, and the relevant highly accurate data will help the market participant to provide better regulatory reporting. Finally, the DDM will help to reduce the overhead cost, which enable the stakeholder to invest the money into other areas which will help them to achieve better efficiencies. Well, that's all from today's presentation. I hope you have gained some knowledge over here. Goodbye and take very good care of yourself during these pandemic days. Bye bye, and I will see you soon in next video presentation. Bye bye and take care.